welcome everybody. I can see everybody still pouring in now. We're going to jump straight into the presentation though. People can catch up if they're a little bit late, because today we have an incredible training for you. Really, we're going to explain this opportunity basically of a lifetime that we're in at the moment and has been sped up by recent events. And this is an opportunity that has personally changed my life, and I'm going to show you exactly how. And I'm going to do it in an efficient way. I hate really long, boring presentations, so this is not going to be that. This is going to be one that is efficient and gets the point across to you, and then we'll get to the question and answer at the end, where you can ask all the questions that you have, and I'll be able to answer them. So really, this training is here for you, and this training is going to be tailored to your needs. So if you have any questions, you can pop them in the question box throughout. I'll get a few of them fed through to me, but we'll answer the majority of them at the end. And if you're on now, hopefully you have set a little bit of time aside, because there is going to be bonuses for just attending this webinar, which will give you access to at the end of it, as well as bonuses, a lot of really cool bonuses for everybody. So let's go ahead and jump in. So the reason that everybody is here is to launch a $40,000 a month Amazon brand with no experience needed at the start. We're going to get you the experience. That's what this webinar is actually for. And we need to make sure it's working in 2020. We need to make sure it's actually working this year. So if you don't know me, or you're not familiar with me, or haven't come through my YouTube channel, my name is Benji. These are 3 photos of me. This is me on the left, I'm in Bali. In the middle, I'm in the UK with my sister. And in the right, I'm in Rome. So I like to travel a lot, and I like to just really prioritize having a good time and living life on my own terms. But I know I've done a lot of these presentations before. I've done them myself as an actual student. And this is probably the question that most of you have at the moment, is why should you trust me? Because it'd be dangerous if you went out on the internet and just started trusting everybody that you heard. I got a weird accent coming over the phone, or coming over the presentation at the moment. That's a little bit foreign, and I can understand that most people are going to be skeptical at the start, which you 100% should be. I'm actually Australian, if you are wondering what the accent is, and I'd love to actually know where everybody around the world is checking in from, because I know we have quite a global audience. So if you're from anywhere in the world, put that in the chat box and I'll read some of them out. Always love to see where people are tuning in from. So we got USA, we got Southern California, that's awesome, Linlin. We got Atlanta, Canada. We got a few Canadas: Randy, Murray, Lex, Safat, all Canada. Brandon's in the US, Maryland, Tasmania, that's awesome. Sue, close by. I'm actually in Melbourne, Australia. We got New Zealand, more Canadas, London, New York, UK. Tony's got no sound. So I don't know how to help you there, Tony. Hopefully one of the technicians can jump in and get you some sound. Rich from Colorado, Manchester, Berlin, lots of UKs. We got Washington, Florida. So yeah, we're really connecting from all around the world, which I'm excited. But to understand why you should trust me, and I hope to build a little bit more trust over the actual presentation, is I've been in e-commerce 14 years. I started when I was 14 years old. I'm now 28, and I started by selling things on eBay with my little brother. Over the last 14 years, we've built a 7-figure brand leveraging Amazon FBA. As soon as we transitioned from eBay, the small time, to Amazon, it just really took off. And I've taught thousands of people, actually tens of thousands of people, how to create successful online businesses. And I personally, me and my team, have launched over 20 Amazon FBA products. And at this point, we really just have it down to an algorithm, and really down to a science that you can replicate over and over again. If you haven't come through my YouTube channel, you can go over and follow us. We are Decoded. Also, this should help you trust me a little bit more. You know, I've been in teaching Amazon FBA for over 3 years now, so it's not a flash in the pan here. It's something I'm actually enjoying, and something a lot of people follow me through. So if you want to go over to YouTube, you could type in Decoded. You can hit that subscribe button. After the presentation, you can go back and watch some of my videos and really get help with anything that you want when it comes to e-commerce or Amazon FBA. But enough about me. This now needs to be about what you get from it. And these are some of my students, some of the people who follow me on YouTube. And these are people, most of them, I'll tell you, when they do have experience, a lot of these people had absolutely zero experience when they started. They're in a very similar position to you. They come onto a presentation, they find a YouTube video, They have no idea. They've never actually launched a brand before. And these are the ridiculous results that they were getting. This is Kawhi. He did $6,200 on his first month on Amazon, which is absolutely ridiculous. We have Tyler, who did $1,500 in his first week, and these are all posted in our private Facebook community. Bobby McLaughlin, he is an engineer by trade, but he switched and actually engineered his own product, launched it on Amazon FBA, and did over $10,000. He hit the 10K mark within his first month. Here again, this is Tyler. He did $10,000 in his second month. You can see his sales report there at $44,000 of product sales. And he's got a couple of weird looking fish in his hands. Bonus points for anyone in the chat who knows what sort of fish that is. Here we have, I'm not familiar with his name, but he's also done $10,000 in 30 days, which is the important thing. We got Joe Cardillo, a good friend of mine who met me through our YouTube channel, and he sold 400 units of his stock within the first month. John Walburn was doing $400 a day within his first month. Deepak, now this is a fascinating one. Deepak actually named his kid after me. There is a kid in India with the name Benji. Because of he found my YouTube channel, he launched a ridiculously successful Amazon FBA brand, and in honor of that, he named the kid after me. So that's a massive honor from Deepak, but a very interesting story to share. So it's not impossible to do this if you don't have experience. All you need to know is you need to first get the experience, which is not that hard, and that's what you're here for today, and we're going to get that to you. And once you actually execute on that, and once you take action, which is a big part of Amazon FBA, if you're not taking action, if you're not the type of person to follow through on something, you're not going to do well. But if you are, these are the sort of results that you're going to get. These ones with the massive sales numbers, ones that can be overwhelming, and it also is going to depend on your budget. For example, this one here is over $200,000 in just 2 months. This is one of my sales reports for when I started. Within my first about 15 months, I had over $200,000 in 2 months of sales because of these formulas that we're going to follow. And these are the past, these are people who are doing very well. These are people who have launched successful brands and have that experience now, but it's now your turn. It's now your turn to step up to the plate, because the thing about this Amazon FBA opportunity is that it's absolutely massive, and it's a given thing. This is not something that's people are talking about it for a reason. It is the gold rush of our time. It's people moving from retail. It's people moving from the old way of selling things onto the new way, onto the internet, onto the thing that's much more efficient. It's much more profitable. You don't have to have the brick and mortar stores. And there's going to be hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people who are doing this over the next few years, and they're going to do it very profitably. So the question is, do you want to be part of those people? It's not, will there be people profitable? It's, will you step up, and will you open your own online store, and will you open and start your own brand and get that freedom for yourself? And this is the best way to start, because if you're here right now, you're in the perfect place. I'm going to help you as much as I can. I'm going to give you all the info that you need. And if you need more info, stay to the end, because not only do you get a bonus, a really awesome bonus, which we can't fit everything into the 60 to 80 minutes that you're going to be here with me now. So we have YouTube videos, and we have amazing resources that are going to give you a further education. And just for being here, you're going to get that obviously completely free. So to talk about what is on everyone's mind, to talk about what's in the media right now, it's called the tombstone economy. Now, this is just in 2018. All of these stores closed down a large amount of retail outlets. You got Kmart's, you got the Best Buys, you got the Rite Aids, the Toys R Us's. These are not the small mom and pop shops. They're basically already gone. These are the big franchises, the big massive companies who are struggling to turn a profit because of the big trend of people shopping online. It's so much easier to log onto Amazon. It's so much easier to pull up a window on your phone and click buy than it is to get into your car, go down to the store, get into Best Buy, see that the prices in Best Buy are actually more expensive than online, and still have to pick that item up and go get it checked out, and then they have to pay for the cashiers, and their overhead is so big that they're really just operating in an outdated model. And this is the result of it. You can see, and you can go and watch the stock prices of all of these big retail giants who aren't actually adapting to the new landscape all of their stocks, all of their share prices are plummeting because they just can't turn a profit. And there's a lot of businesses actually going out of business, and the ones that are actually thriving are the ones who are adapting to this new landscape. Now, the founder of Shopify, so if you know Shopify, put a 1 in the chat. Shopify is an amazing tool that helps people start their own actual website and sell their own products. It's a little bit different to Amazon because it doesn't actually supply the traffic. You're in charge of supplying the traffic, but it is similar that a lot of these stores who are in the retail and a lot of people who are starting to sell online open these Shopify stores. And a lot of people open them in tandem with an Amazon FBA store as well, like myself. And the founder of Shopify, he's worth $6 billion. He has beautiful eyes. And he said in a recent podcast, I was listening to a podcast with him and Gary Vee, that the current pandemic, the things that are going on, the sadness that is out there, has done nothing but speed up the inevitable. It's brought technology that was going to be here in 2030 to 2020. If anyone looks at Amazon's stock price, which we are going to in a second, we're going to see how much it's jumped, how much people are spending on Amazon. They're spending so much money that Amazon's warehouses were overloaded and full, and people were finding it hard to actually get their products into Amazon because the demand was so high because every other store, every other retail outlet was shutting down. And this is what that looks like. This is Amazon's stock price. You remember, and I'm just going to jump back here. This is Macy's stock price. This is not just Macy's. This is JCPenney. This is Best Buy. This is all the other big retail stores, and you can go and have a look yourself. They're all going downhill. Meanwhile, there's one brand. There's only one retailer, and this is an online retailer, who looks like this. And you can see that ridiculously consistent, and that large spike at the end is the spike we're talking about. But it's just such an exponential growth from Jeff Bezos and his company because they are playing the trend. The trend is that this is a superior way to sell products. So much so that have a look at the last two so-called recessions. You've got the 2008 recession, the global financial crisis. You can't even find that dip on Amazon. Where is the dip in their sales, in their stock price? Where all other companies, like you saw Macy's, we'll go back one more time, in 2008 absolutely plummeted. Amazon, you can't even see it because it's such a unique company that's tailored to last through these trials and tribulations. And you can see recently too, where a lot of other stocks have plummeted, Amazon has absolutely thrived because people have turned to Amazon to keep them shopping, to keep their essentials stocked up in their cupboards. And this is very evident in just the results. If you look anywhere, you'll see that Amazon is absolutely dominating. Excuse me. So much so that they've become the world's second $1 trillion company behind Apple. Apple was the first $1 trillion company, and Amazon was the second. You know, this is a historic moment. And the crazy thing, unlike Apple, you know, you can't sell your product in the Apple store, no matter. Well, you can, but it's very hard. You know, you can get a contract if you're a big company, but people like me and you, we can't go and just put our product in the Apple store. However, for Amazon, for the second $1 trillion company in the world, we can actually take up some shelf space. We can actually use their warehouses, use their logistic companies, use their customer service, use their returns policies, use all of this, use their traffic. They're hundreds of millions, about 600 million people shop on Amazon. We can get in front of them using fulfillment by Amazon. And fulfillment by Amazon is absolutely ridiculous. Once again, Amazon breaks all sorts of records. They did 180 million items in just one weekend. 180 million items they sold in 2 days or 3 days. I think it was a long weekend. That is the greater than the population of 223 countries in the world. They sold that many products in just a weekend. It's absolutely mind-blowing, their scale. And before we jump into the training, and this is the most wordy lecture, you know, I'm not here to bore you, I'm not here to lecture you, but I just want to get this across before we jump into the actual training, that this is not some late night infomercial theory. This is something that you do. You shop on Amazon, your friends shop on Amazon, I shop on Amazon. This is something that's actually in the real world and things that are working. It's a business model that's really working today better than ever. And we've iterated the system hundreds of times. You know, we have the experience in this and we know the process, and we're about to give you that exact process without you having to go out there and fail 100 times. We have hundreds of successful results, success stories, and we are building a real business. This is something that is actually valuable. You know, it's not a Facebook ad to a funnel that's going to disappear overnight. This is something that is actually legitimate. And best of all, you don't actually need $20. $20. You do need $20. You don't need $20,000 to start. You don't need $100,000 to start. If you were to open a McDonald's franchise, if you were to open a retail store, you're going to need a couple $100,000. This is a unique opportunity where I personally just got started for $500. And very quickly, I turned that $500 into about $12,000 over about 4 to 5 months. And I'm going to show you exactly the process I used to do that. And a quick side note here is you don't need $20,000 to start. But if you are investing something like $20,000, it's going to speed up your process. However, if you are like me and you don't have that much money, don't have that access to that much capital, or even just want to test out the system first and don't have that much confidence in the system, that's totally fine. You can start from for a very, very low budget like I did myself. So let's jump into actually what we're going to do. So for those who don't know, which is going to be the minority of you guys, but this is very helpful, this is Amazon FBA in a nutshell. If you simplify it, we go and we find a fishing pole, mainly in China, because that's where they are the cheapest, for about $12. Now they're going to be high quality fishing poles. We'll jump into the exact criteria of what we need in a product in a minute. And then we're going to go and sell it on Amazon in front of their 600 million people who are over there shopping, and say a couple 20,000 people a month are searching for fishing pole on Amazon. We're going to be ranking our product on Amazon so that people find us, can see our product, and we're going to sell it for 5 to 6 times the price that we bought for it. And we're going to split that with Amazon. We're going to split that profit with Amazon and make money. Now, how easy is it to make money on Amazon? It's a simple process, but I wouldn't say it's easy. It does take work and it takes the right knowledge, which you're about to get here. But have a look at this photo. This photo is of the Champs-Élysées. I do not speak French, but I believe that's a pretty good pronunciation of the street. It's in Paris, of course. And I don't know exactly how many people are here, but I know there's hundreds of thousands. And it's a good visual representation. A lot of people see this and it really clicks and really pushes them over the line, that there are 300,000 people selling on Amazon that do over $100,000 of revenue a year. So that's 300,000 people. So say in this photo, there's 300,000 people. Each one of these people are selling a product or a brand on Amazon, and each one of these people are making 6 figures a year doing it. That's how massive this opportunity is. When you visualize it like that, it's like, okay, you know what, if I join this crowd, it's not really going to impact much at all. It would impact your life. It would impact my life, me making an extra 6 figures a year, but it's not going to impact really anything at all. We're just joining a trend. We're joining something that's already working, something that's already out there and absolutely crushing it. And we're just becoming another number in that actual trend and revolutionizing our lives by doing that. And Amazon sells $500 million a day. If you weren't excited enough, $500 million, like it's a ridiculous amount of money to sell a year. Amazon do it every single day. So think about it. How much money would it take to really change your life? I know it's a lot less than $500 million. If it's 500 million, we'd definitely have some problems, but there is an opportunity to make it back. But if it's $100,000 a year, or if it's $200,000 a year, or if even just $10,000 or $20,000 extra a year coming in would really help you, think about the opportunity that you have here. If you just need $100,000 a year to really change your life or really see that this works and then double down on it and then grow it from there, you only need a tiny, tiny little piece of this. This is $500 million a day pie. And if you can just get 0.0001% of that pie, if you can just walk into that crowd on the Champs-Élysées and actually just join it and just take a tiny little piece of that pie, your life is going to be revolutionized. And that is what we're here to do. If you didn't see it on this page, I did put a little crumb to the side of that pie on the right-hand side for the people with the keen eye. That is the crumb that we're here for. And that crumb is much bigger than the percentage that we actually need. But that's what it takes, just a tiny little piece. So we're about to jump into the actual training, but I need to see who's excited to actually see that training in the chat. If you can put a 1 in the chat or an I'm excited in the chat. Here we go. We have a lot of excited people. And again, everyone has the same last name as the first name here. It's a very interesting glitch. But we have Ted, we have Aaron, we have Lynn, Chol, Wanda, Mari, Brian, Song. Oh, my chat just reset to the top. We got a lot of people coming in. Excited, Barso, Eric, Charlotte, Marcia. Very, very cool. Let's go, says Ted. Let's do this. Yes, please. We got Pauline, who wrote Pauline. I'm glad Pauline's feeling herself. Jag Deep, Tony says, let's go. Mauricio, okay, we've got a lot of comments. We don't want to. We got George, who's okay. He's very excited. We got little sparkles from Safet. Daniel says, booyah, which is awesome. I'm just going to grab a quick drink of water, and then we are going to jump in to the process. So if everyone just grabs a drink of water with me, we want to stay hydrated. Awesome. So let's jump into the actual simple process. So now this is a 5-step process, but there's a couple of steps in here that don't take much at all. So really it's a 3-step process, which we've expanded into 5 just for clarity for you. If you have any questions, pop them in the question box. This is for you now. This is to get the exact formula, the exact algorithm that's working for all those people who are standing in the Champs-Élysées. Everyone's taking advantage of it. Now I'm going to get it into your head. We want to download this knowledge so you can go out there and execute on it and get the same results that everybody else is getting. So if you don't understand something, if something's going too fast for you, pop it in the question box and we'll get to it at the end and we'll clarify that for you. Also, I may be covering it in one of the next steps, so you can actually just write that down. And if I don't cover it, then you pop it in the question box and then we're good to go. So Daniel said he got a sip of whiskey and he's ready to go. So let's jump in quickly for Daniel before he forgets it all. So it is a simple process. And it is basically, I've got this little detective guy just following the footsteps, because that's what we're doing, following the footsteps of people who have already done it. Of course, we need to start by finding a profitable product. This is where a lot of people fall down. This is where a lot of people hit that first wall and really just stop and they get overwhelmed. So I want to break through this wall with you here today. If you can break through this wall, you're further than 90% of people in this position. So if you are trying to work out what has already been successful, if you're trying to go to Amazon and you're trying to see what products are selling well that you can jump in and get a little piece of that pie, it's super tedious. It's like doing a really big math equation on a chalkboard, which I haven't seen in a long time. And you're trying to work out what the demand is for the niche. You're trying to work out how many sales they're making. You're trying to work out where their traffic comes from. You're trying to work out which product is actually doing well and what criteria do you even apply to it. So if you're doing it by hand, it's very, very tedious. This is why we've partnered with Amzscout for this webinar, because they really are like an angel in the sky who can help us filter all the products on Amazon and locate the most profitable areas to infiltrate. So we're not going in blind feeling ourselves around. We're going in with our eyes wide open and with a software on our side. So the analogy I like to give, and you can see the fishing rods are a big analogy in this actual training, is if we're out there by ourselves, we're trying to catch a fish. We're trying to catch a fish and we're trying to inspect the fish and we're trying to see if it's the best fish we can possibly get. Amzscout, using the software Amzscout, is like using a fishing net, a massive fishing net where we can pick up a lot of fish and then put back safely and humanely, of course, the fish that we don't want and just keep the fish that we do want, the most profitable, the best looking fish. So how do we, because the thing about the software is it takes two. If it was just the software that made you profitable, well, then everyone would be profitable. However, the lucky thing for us is it's going to take your knowledge and skills plus the software. You're going to have to guide the software to fish in the right place in order to bring back what we want. And that's how we get ahead of everyone else. We apply what I call the profitable product matrix. Now, if you do have a pen and paper handy, or a computer, which I'm sure you do, a notepad, of course, make sure you don't close down this presentation. It's only just started. The party's getting getting warmed up in here. but make sure you can write these down. I will be coming back to it once or twice, but this is the best look that you're going to get at this. So the profitable product matrix is basically the matrix you have to apply. This is where you're instructing, what you're instructing the software to pull back for you. What sort of fish are you after? And these are the good ones. So let's go through them one by one. The first one, you want a sales price above $15. If you can get something that's selling for higher than $15, there's going to be a higher profit margin in there for you. If you have it less than $15, you can still make it profitable, but because of the Amazon fees and the shipping, it may eat into your profit margin. So you want something that sells for more than $15. You want it no heavier than 2 pounds for obvious reasons. If you're getting it shipped from China, you're getting it shipped internationally, or even just domestically, it's tough to, it's expensive to ship something that's heavy. So you want it lighter than 2 pounds. You want less than 500 reviews. So if there's a product out there, say we're selling a pen, and someone has 50,000 reviews on Amazon and they're rated really high, it's hard to break into that market. So we want to make sure that there's room for us in that market. A less than 4.2 rating, this is sort of the golden criterion, which we'll be focusing on. We'll come back to this, but there's a reason why we want a less than 4.2 rating, which I won't explain now because that is the next step. And then greater than $10,000 revenue. You don't want to sell a product that's not already selling. If there's no demand out there for it, we're not getting a piece of any pie. There is no pie to be had because nobody's actually spending money on that product, and therefore we won't get money. We want to make sure that successful products, people who are doing $10,000 a month, that is revenue, they're making $3,000 to $5,000 of profit a month. Now that's what we want. So we want to make sure that it's already out there, the demand's already out there, and we just need to tap into it. So these are our 5 most profitable product matrix criterions. And to go and apply this manually, like I said, with this fishing rod is tough. But what we do is we instruct Amzscout in actually going out there and fishing for us. So you can see this is one of their software tools that we're going to use, and you can basically plug and play. So you can see here, $15 plus sales price, that's number 1. No heavier than 2 pounds, you pop that in right here. Less than 500 reviews, pop it in right here, all on top of each other. These are all getting stacked. Rating, less than 4.2, remember we'll get to that in just a second. And estimated sales over $10,000, and this is once again per month. And then the magic button down there, find products. Get the fishing net out there in the sea and start fishing. And this is what it's going to pull back. This is going to clarify a lot of things for you. You can see it's going to bring back pages and pages and pages of these products that actually fit this perfect profitable criteria. Now there are some more criteria which will apply to it, because probably all of these things, not quite, but all of these things can be profitable. But even within the profitable product matrix, there are some that are going to be more profitable than others. Some that you can grow into a brand much easier. And they're the ones that we're going to be pulling out. So for the example today, we went through and you saw how quick we pulled that software up, and it only takes a few minutes and a couple hours maximum if you're a starter. But you can find products like this. This is an adjustable book stand. It's doing $18,000 a month. So you can see it's being pulled back and it's doing $18,000 a month because it fits our criteria. You can see they're selling it for $25.99. And you can see the photo of it on the far left is the adjustable book stand itself. So you can see it looks like it's for textbooks, or it looks like it's for people who are reading at a desk and maybe taking notes at the same time. Actually, if I go to the next slide, we'll get a better view at it. This is the actual Amazon listing of it. You can see it's basically supposed to hold textbooks open, and you can see the lady in the photo is actually taking manual notes with a paper and pen, as I hope all of you are doing for this webinar. And she doesn't have to actually hold the book open. So very simple product. And you can see it's got 193 ratings. It actually sells, and as we saw, and this is the X-ray vision that Amzscout allows to have, we know how much money they make a month, $17,595. So does it fit our profitable product matrix? We want to cross-check. Sometimes some things sneak through, but yes, it's more than $15. It's $26, which is a great price. It's not heavier than 2 pounds. It's got less than 500 reviews, so you know there's there's room to catch up. There's space in there for us to take a few crumbs. Less than 4.2 rating. There we go. We've got an asterisk and a blue tick or a blue check. It depends where you are in the world. Because we're going to jump into that in just a second. And it's greater than $10,000 a month. Awesome. So here we are, less than a 4.2 rating. Now, what does this actually mean, and why is this the most important criteria once we fill all the other ones? So you can see these are the actual reviews of this book stand on Amazon. You can see Savannah Stefanow said, great concept for a book holder, but the plastic page holders at the bottom are not reliable. And then Anne Sandroni down the bottom said, very flimsy, was hoping it would be perfect for my family member that had a stroke and only used one hand to read his paper or use his iPad, but was not tall enough for the paper and too flimsy for the iPad. So you can see that people actually have a problem with this product. But this was one thing that actually shocked me when I joined Amazon, or started selling on Amazon, should I say, is they're doing $18,000 a month, but they have a 4-star rating. You know, when I shop on Amazon, I don't buy anything that's 4-star. However, I see products with a 3.5 to a 4-star rating that are doing tens, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars a month, just like this one. And the amazing thing is this is an opportunity. This is an opportunity for you to get ahead and get ahead on a sustainable level. So if you throw something that's pretty crappy into the market, you may get great results immediately. You may make a little bit of cash up front, but it's not going to be long-term sustainable. However, if we can actually just go ahead and make this thing less flimsy, which is very easy to do, and I'll talk about it in a minute with you, we can actually get a 5-star rating, a 4.6, a 4.7 star rating. And we can then overtake this person because we actually have a better product for them, better product than them. So once we find that product, we also want to zoom out a bit. So this is a step that most people actually miss. So we've zoomed in on the product. We're like, cool, this fits our criteria. However, that product is part of a bigger niche. There are other people who are going to be selling these book stands. And it's really cool to go and copy what the other people are doing well and take the best of both worlds and put them into our new product. So we're going to validate the opportunity in the niche as well as the product. So you can see I've gone to Amazon and I've typed adjustable book stand. And what pops up are Amazon's best recommendations for adjustable book stand. You can see the one we were on there, number 2, but there's also some wooden ones and there's some other interesting looking ones. So this is the overall landscape of the niche. Now down the bottom left, we have this Amzscout button. When we push that, we can get a glimpse into the overall niche. So not just the one product. And the big column that I always look at first is the demand in the niche. So you can see where estimated revenue is in the middle there. There's a lot of people who are doing over $10,000 a month. That's excellent news for market depth. If you look at the top here, it's going to summarize the niche really cleanly for you. So it's going to give the niche a score, and it's going to go from, it's going to use the average amount of reviews, the average price, all the profitable matrix that we talked about earlier. It's going to now apply that to the entire niche and give that a score. So you can see the niche score here is an 8, which is extremely, extremely good. Amzscout call it likely to succeed. So when you open this up, it shows you the criteria. It shows you everything that you need to be considering, everything that we've already put in our profitable product matrix in order to see and verify that this niche not only has depth, but you can actually get ahead and get some market share in this niche. You can see the saturation score is just 1, meaning it's not oversaturated. There's no one out here with tens of thousands of reviews who you can't actually come and compete with, and there's not hundreds or thousands of people who are getting into this niche. Once again, here is the estimated revenue. This is the demand, and if you at a glimpse, you can see at the top the average monthly revenue is 19,000. Remember, this is revenue, this is not profit, but a typical, for the question that I know is bound to come, the typical profit range is about 25 to 40%. So I use about 1/3 profit. So if you see something like $25,000 a month, they're probably making about $8,000 in the green once they get their product up and moving. So you can see these are the number of reviews, and you want to just make sure once again here, all we're doing here is verifying that this niche is not saturated. So you're going to get a glimpse at the saturation score, but also come down here and see that there's room for you. And one of the best ways to do that is to go and have a look at the people with really low reviews. You can see there's someone with 6 reviews in here and someone with 21 reviews in here. Now, the one with 21 reviews, which is very easy to get these reviews, is doing about $20,000 a month already. So you don't need, you're not going to be blocked out because you have less reviews. The person with 6 reviews is already doing $8,000 a month of revenue. So these are new movers into this market who are already gaining traction, and that validates this niche for us. So we've got a validated product, a validated niche, and now we need to find the perfect supplier. So this is one of those steps that I said is not really a step because it's easy. It's very, very simple. And once again, this is why Amzscout is such a great software, because it makes it so easy. We can actually use their software to find the exact suppliers that our competitors are using. So we're going to click that drop down there, and then we are going to go to find at Alibaba. If you don't know what Alibaba is, it is basically the world's biggest marketplace for connecting with suppliers, where years ago, not even that long ago, about 10 to 20 years ago, you'd have to get on a plane, fly to China, and actually go and meet factory to factory to get your product sourced. Technology has come so far, and this is why we're at the convergence of the two. And this is why this is such a gold rush opportunity, because this is the beginning of it, is that you can get connected to anyone in China, anyone who's not in China even. This is a worldwide platform, and get your product sourced for ridiculously cheap prices from the comfort of your home. And you can see here, this is one of the products that we had selling on Amazon for $26. It sells to you at wholesale for $7 a piece at the most expensive. So you can see the more you buy, the cheaper it gets. You can also play some suppliers against each other. And once again, this is more in the advanced training, which will give you the bonuses to at the end, where you can understand all of this. But you can get this price down a little bit. But even if we use the baseline of $7 a piece, it's so much opportunity in there for us to make a profit. So you want to make sure, here are the important things about a supplier. You want to make sure that they have trade assurance. This means you are not at risk. A lot of people who get started, they're nervous about sending money to a supplier. They think they're just going to run off with it. And if you can see this trade assurance button, this means that Alibaba is actually protecting your order. They're going to make sure that you're happy. And I really recommend that anyone who's spending money uses this trade assurance to make sure that people don't run away with your money. If you're at all concerned, use this Alibaba trade assurance for your product. And then over here, there's a contact supplier. So instead of booking a flight, getting to China, going and shaking hands and hiring a translator and talking, you can actually talk to a representative at this company and immediately start getting quotes and immediately start bargaining down. And make sure that the one other thing I'd like to say on this is make sure that you're going for quality items. You want to make sure you're getting samples for your items, and you want to make sure, like I said at the start, if you go for low quality items, you're not going to be making money in the long term. You may make money in the short term, but it's a very short term play. Here we saw that if we want a higher than a 4.2 rating, we want to make ours a little bit more sturdy. We want to make sure that we communicate with the supplier. We want to make sure we're fixing the problems that our competitors are having so that we come out ahead in the long term. This is the real secret. It's not some fun, elaborate loophole. It's just making sure we sell a really high quality product in a niche that the demand is already there. Now, a little bit of a fun thing before we jump into step 4 is we can now calculate the profits. So a lot of people say, well, this is revenue. How much money are you actually making? We click this profit calculator right here. Once again, this is Amzscout's software. You just click the drop down. If you don't see this initially, you can see the little arrows on the left-hand side. If you click that, this is where you get the extra options in that software menu. And then you come and click the profit calculator where that big red arrow is pointing to, and then it pulls up this. So this is where you can plug and play. So basically, you can put at the top the product price. This is how much it sells for on Amazon, 26 bucks. Product cost, it costs us $7 from Alibaba, as we just saw, and it'll give you all the It'll pull basically all the size and weight, and then it'll pull the fees that Amazon will take. This is automatically done. This is why we use the calculator. And you can see the total FBA fee, so the total fee that Amazon take for bringing us the customer, holding our item in their warehouse, shipping it out to their customer, $9.47. Meaning what goes into our pocket after we pay Amazon and after we pay for the actual product from the supplier is $9.52 per sale, every single sale, which is a 36% margin on this product specifically for the example that we're going through, which is 136% return on investment, an estimated monthly profit just below $7,000 for this specific example. Now, this is where worlds start to shatter. This is where this photo sort of sums it up well. It's sort of mind-blowing when you realize, cool, we've been focusing on one niche, but there are millions of niches on Amazon. From this fake remote control cockroach with a 3.5 rating that's doing $73,000 a month. These little dog shoes, cute little dog shoes for a little puppy, they sell for 22 bucks. You can source these so cheaply for about $3 or $4, put your own brand on it. They're doing $21,000 a month. Resistance bands are doing $171,000 a month. They've obviously made them pretty. They put their own brand on it, the Bellus. Oh, I don't even know. It's a pretty terrible brand name. But you can see they're also rated 4 stars. There's room to move in here and improve. And we don't need to do $171,000 a month. Remember, we want to make sure we're defining how much we need to change our life, and then we're attacking that. We can always grow from there. Here's a pair of kitchen tongs, one of the simplest things ever. 34 reviews, they're just getting started, similar to the remote control cockroaches. $30,000 a month on them. This is the thing. You can apply this to any niche you need, any niche that you see on Amazon. And this is why I recommend you go into a niche that you're actually passionate about, because you're going to be excited to wake up. You're going to be excited to work on your product. You're going to be excited to make it high quality and serve your customers. Number 4. Now, this is the fun part. You want to expand into a brand. This is where a lot of people fall off. They launch a product, it gets profitable, they have a lot of money coming in, and they don't manage cash flows properly, and they just get stuck. But what you need to do is you need to expand into a brand. If you think you launch your first product, which is a book holder, and it works and it scales to $200 a day or $6,000 a month, we now need to launch a second product because we want to expand horizontally. We don't have to keep forcing more people to that product. We can actually go and get a second product that is relevant to the first product and very quickly double the amount of money that is coming in. This is another one to note down. 7 times easier to sell to a customer that's already bought something from you, than it is to a stranger. So if, for example, you run a retail store, an old school brick and mortar store in the city, and you sell a book. You sell books, like a little old school Amazon. And a customer rolls in, they buy one of your books, it's reasonably priced, they take it home, they really enjoy it, and then they're walking past your store a second time, and you said, hey, we actually have a book sale on this new book that I think that you would actually really enjoy. They're 7 times more likely to be like, you know what, I had a good experience with this person, I like their product, go in and buy that second book, than someone who's never heard of you before walking past your shop. And to put this onto the online world and the digital world, it's the exact same thing. If someone has bought something from you before and enjoyed your experience, which is why we have high quality products, they are 7 times more likely to buy from you again. So this is why we now start to serve your actual current customers. So in this example, we are selling probiotic dog bites, a really amazing brand by Zesty Paws, who do millions and millions of dollars just on Amazon every single year. So Amazon has brought them, say in this example, it's much more than 5,000, but to start, say they brought them 5,000 customers, because Amazon have a lot of people who are shopping for dog toys, shopping for dog probiotics, who are shopping for dog supplements, dog health. Everyone who's looking into it, who is the target market, they're all there on Amazon. And they pop their listing up, they optimize it well, they get a few reviews, and all of a sudden these customers start pouring in, 5,000 customers. So they're making some profit here. The worst thing, and one of the biggest mistakes I see, is they're like, oh, I ran my software again and I saw another profitable product, First one, I got recommended by the software to do probiotic bites. So I did it and it was profitable. The second one, I launched a shower scrubber set, and it's a waste of everybody's time. Why is it a waste of everyone's time? Because you're not leveraging the power that you have over all of your competitors. This is what you want to launch next. You want to launch something that turns you into a brand. Not only does it increase the value of your actual business, not only does it increase the value of your brand, but it's also so much easier to just sell your current customers into your new product. We all know they have dogs. We all know that they care about their dog health. This gets the tick of approval. We don't need to go back, and we actually can use the software to validate how much, which relevant product we should sell, because we want to stay in the same realm, but we can go and use Amzscout software to actually make sure that the new products we're launching are the most profitable, the most demanded new products. And once we have our first 5,000 customers on our first product, it's very easy to launch that second product to that same level. It's going to take you a quarter, if that, of the time to get that second product to where that first product is, ranked on Amazon, getting organic traffic, and moving your customers from your first product into your second product, because we know what they want. We know exactly what it is that they need in order to solve their problems. And how do we know this? If we're questioning, like, okay, what does our customer want next? Very, very easy. We jump into the reviews of our first product. We jump into the reviews of our competitors. This is a great example on the book stand that we're launched. So this is from Deborah. We're not going to go into her really elaborate and great looking review, but at the bottom, she said that she also uses this with her book holder, and you can see it's a book clip. She clips it down to her actual product with this clip. Now, a little side note here, but I like to give a little side notes because it helps a lot of people. You can use this clip and actually bundle it with your first product in order to get ahead and get market share in that book holder niche, and people are going to love that. But you can also use this, and this is why we're here, to serve Deborah, to serve your customer and actually get them what they want. We know that they like these little book clips, so we can go and we can actually invest in these book clips, and that can be our second product. We can email, we can messenger, we can create an update, create a link between our two products, and funnel people who've already got our first product into our second product. So if you don't use the reviews, you can do it in a lot of other ways. How do you expand your brand? The question that you need to ask, and this is another one for your notes, is how do you serve your target market? If you're solving problems for your target market, they are going to give you value back in the form of money, in the form of dollars. And so this is Deborah here in cartoon form. She's a studier, she's a book reader. And what else would she want? Here's a good idea. Deborah could want an amber light. This blocks blue light, which helps you sleep and helps you read later at night. Now, this goes for $16. So this will fit our profitable product matrix. And you can see a product like this is doing $51,000 of revenue. So you can now start scaling up. You can actually start to launch your second product far ahead of your first product. It doesn't have to be on the same level. You can keep going up and up and up as you learn this system, as you learn this algorithm, as you learn the skills and the knowledge that you need to be profitable on Amazon. So step 5, and this step is the easiest step of all. It's called rinse and repeat, building out your brand. Once you do it once, you get to $200 a day. Do it twice, get to $400 a day. Do it 3 times, get to $600 a day. Do it 4 times, get to $800 a day. Do it 5 times, get to $1,000 a day. And why stop? Just keep launching newer products to your target audience as you're collecting their information, as you are building an actual brand, an e-commerce brand that people love. Keep launching new products that they actually love, and you're going to build a massive empire. And you can see Zesty Paws has done this to the point where they're making thousands of dollars a day just because they keep serving their customer and serving their needs. So I have a question for you now. Is it 90 days simple? If you had 90 days, do you think that you could actually go and get this done? Pop your answer in the question box for me, because it's not a matter of actually, is it possible? So we have yes, yes. Samuel unfortunately says no. So unfortunately, Samuel, I don't think that this will be the right business for you because it's not the right business for everyone. So Jid says no again. Vivek says yes. Chol says yes. Rom says yes. Where are we? Keep scrolling back to the top. Brock says yes. Dwayne says yes. Adam says yes. Pauline, Sarah, Floor, Brock, Gil, Savoy, Kayla, Len. If it's not 90 days simple to you, it's okay. It's not for everyone. But the question here is out there because it's not a will you do it? This is going to get done by somebody. You know, there's hundreds of holes in the markets of Amazon at the moment, and these are going to get filled. This is how capitalism works. Where there is a lot of demand, but not much supply, the supply will fill to fit that demand. And you can fit that demand and put that money into your pocket, or somebody else will. And the thing is that I want to put it into my pocket, and I want you to go and put this into your pocket. And the algorithm is simple. The formula is simple, but it's just who is going to go and execute on it. And I really do hope it's you. So are you all in? Are you excited by this? Is this the right fit for you? Because if so, and you should be if you're still here, you have an exciting choice to make. So you can choose option number 1. You can do this on your own. You can spend the next 12 months guessing and calculating and going out there with your fishing rod and really hope that you reel in a delicious, perfect fish. You may lose a bunch of money, you're going to lose a bunch of time, and you're just going to go out there and hope that it gets worked out. So like this cute little monkey who just gets launched into space, he needs a lot of hope out there. May pay off, but you know, it's a little bit risky. Or you have option 2. You can save months of researching, months of guesswork, and you can get winning product ideas literally at the click of a button, like I showed you. You can launch instantly and start stealing your competitors' rankings and start stealing your competitors' products. You can see every amazing person, everyone who's gone out and achieved incredible success has had a mentor. You can see Michael Jordan's mentor. You can see Ellen DeGeneres had Oprah as a mentor. Mark Zuckerberg had Steve Jobs as a mentor. And all these people who have got these successful results, John Walburn, this is what's his name? He's from Perth. Get Graham. Graham absolutely crushes it on the Australian market. Once again, here's Tyler, who did $10,000 in his first month. Here's Kawhi, who did $6,000 in his first month. You can see $10,000 in the first month. These are results. I've got hundreds of these results, and I can actually link you up to the full page of these results because you'll be overwhelmed with how many people are going out there making it work. But they all had a mentor. They all followed a process. They all followed the training that you're getting. They all followed an actual system that works, and they get rid of that guesswork. They're not a monkey launching into space, but they're actually confident every single step they make. So I have an incredible gift for you today. I'm going to take away the guesswork for you. I'm going to make sure that every step that you take, you are confident in, and you're heading towards your goal. You're heading towards that financial freedom and building that brand that is really going to change your life. And we are really lucky to have partnered with Amzscout because they are making this possible. They are adding so many bonuses in this gift, in this offer for you, that you are going to get results the first time if you execute it properly. You're not going to lose thousands of dollars. You're going to get the full Amzscout software suite, the full suite. And we can go through, and it'll take hours to go through exactly what you're getting here, but you're getting the web app, which helps you put the profitable filters in. This is the net that will trawl for you the oceans of Amazon and bring back the profitable products. You're getting the extension, which is the X-ray vision into how your competitors are going and allows you to validate the niches. You're going to get the keyword trackers, this quick views, the Amazon Scout stock stats. You're going to get exclusive insights. You're going to get 26 niches and 26 products recommendations sent to you from Amzscout that they've found using their software. And of course, you're going to get that FBA calculator so you can see exactly how much money your competitors are making, how much money you can make if you do go out there and take action and execute. So this is valued at over $1,000. This is valued at $1,094 for the complete Amzscout software suite, the nets, the niche validators, the profit calculators, the supplier finders, all of that is valued well over $1,000. You can get that today for, I'm not going to tell you exactly how much yet, but you're going to want to stick around for it. Now, this is one of the products that I made to really connect with people like you, because when I started, I didn't actually believe in the process. I didn't believe that Amazon was what everyone was saying it was. And so I'm like, how much money can I afford to lose? I'm like, I can lose 500 bucks. If I put 500 bucks into Amazon, to launch my own product, and it doesn't go well, you know, I can still eat, I can still travel, I can still have a good time, but there is asymmetrical risk reward to that, because if it does do well, I've only spent 500 bucks. And you can see down the bottom left, I've got $1,500 down there, because what happened to me is I spent $500, I got my products in, and the first day with no marketing at all, I sold 2 of my products, and I only had 500 in stock. And then I started pushing a little bit of marketing towards it, and I sold 12 the next day. I'm like, oh God, this is actually right. And what I did is I immediately took another $1,000 out, bought $1,000 of more stock, and got it in to stay in stock, because one of the biggest problems is that people actually don't stay in stock on Amazon because the demand is so high. So this is the micro budget launch system, which if you only have 1,000, if you only have 2,000, if you only have $3,000, that's what we call a micro budget. I'm going to show you how you can actually take your product to market and test this for yourself. And this is the key here. If you can test this system for yourself, if you can test Amazon, this opportunity for yourself, you won't look back. Once you feel that demand, once you feel and see that money coming into your Amazon account, you're going to want to double down. So this is going to show you how to start for as low as a cost as possible for you, just so you can get to that point where you are motivated and really believe in it. This was $497 we're selling this on our website for. This is going to be coupled with the complete Amazon software suite. This is the core of this offer, is that software suite. It's an incredible amount of value, but you also need the training. You also need to see how to put that software suite into action, because it's the human and the machine together that makes it the most powerful, because the machine otherwise can go and make all the money itself, but it's missing the inputs, it's missing you. And I'm going to get you trained up using this micro budget system to make sure that you know the entire process and make sure you know what you're doing out there and you're not going out there blind. Now, this is the 10K case study. So this is from everybody who has had success, people who have hit the 10K club. This is how they've done it. This is the interviews with them. So I've got hundreds of people who have been successful on Amazon who have started with my teachings like you are today. And we've interviewed about 12 to 20 of these people, and you can get access to all of these interviews. Some of them are hours long, and where we ask them, what advice do you have for beginners who are in your position? Where did you go wrong? What are the biggest mistakes you've made? And when you have this, you can see people who have the results that you want and started where you are, and they are answering these questions for you, so you don't have to waste time, you don't have to waste money, you don't have to do the same mistakes that these people had, but you can just get started straight away and get fast-tracked to their level, get fast-tracked to our level, get fast-tracked to your financial freedom and building that actual brand. This is a massive opportunity, and these resources here, these bonuses and these gifts are going to take that guesswork out for you. So this is valued at $297 for these interviews. And once again, this is going to be included. So to sum it up, we've got the Amzscout software suite, the complete suite that gives you all the software and that big net to go and find those profitable products and bust through that first wall where 99% of people are going to get stuck. You're going to be able to jump straight over that hurdle because of that software suite. We have the micro budget system. And this is how you can get started on a micro budget, less than $3,000, how you can go out there and validate the market without financially rocking your life. This is, like I said, an asymmetrical risk reward. How can you invest a little bit into something that is an amazing opportunity, see the incredible results, and then you can be all in after that. But I knew that it doesn't matter what people told me, I wasn't all in until I saw my product flying off those Amazon shelves. And this is how you get to that level. You've got the 10K case study. So this is everybody who's been in your position where you are right now, And a lot of these people had absolutely no experience. You can go and meet them and see them in these interviews and actually see the how Graham, who is a 70-something-year-old man in Perth, Australia, has now launched up to $10,000 a month with absolutely no online or digital marketing experience at all. And a lot of these people are very inspirational, and you can go and see what mistakes they made and see their advice to you. I asked them, for people who are just starting, what is your advice to them? And they answer that, and that the answers to that is gold. And let me break the news to you. A lot of people say the biggest thing is to take action. Take action. The opportunity is there. The people who believe in it and take action are the ones who are getting results. So bonus number 3 or bonus number 4 from our end is the A9 keyword stacking crash course. So A9 is the Amazon ranking system. So way back when Google was starting out, it was called the Google Gold Rush. It was when Google decided that they were going to be the go-to website that people are going to search on and get information back from. So you can remember in the early 2000s and the late 90s, the internet was sort of all over the place, and it was really a race on who's going to be owning the organization of this information. And Google won. Google absolutely crushed it. Now, if you want information, you go to Google. And however, Amazon, if you haven't realized, is really just a search engine similar to Google, but instead of people looking for information, they're actually looking to buy products. So it's the search engine for people with a credit card. And if you can be at the top of the rankings on the search engine on Amazon, which is the A9 is their algorithm that they use, we're going to break down the A9 algorithm and show you how to rank as high as possible for your product. So you're getting more and more traffic back, and therefore more and more sales for that product. This is a massive help in getting that first initial boost and those first sales in, because you're doing it organically. You don't have to pay for this. These are free sales once you know how that algorithm works, how that black box works, and exactly how to get people into your product to push that buy button and have that money go into your account. So once again, we have the Amzscout complete software suite, the net, the profit calculator, the supplier finders, the niche validators, everything valued at over $1,000. We have the micro budget system. This is going to help you validate the Amazon opportunity. This is going to help you get up and started on Amazon with your own brand for anywhere between $500 and $3,000. If you don't have $20,000, it's totally okay. Neither did I. I started with 500, as we've chatted about. You got the 10K case studies, people who were in your shoes and took their first steps and got to the checkpoint of $10,000 a month. They're going to show you exactly where their footprints are. They're going to show you exactly where they put their feet in order to get to that point. And they're going to guide you there, because they are exactly in the situation that you are in right now. They were there just 12 months earlier. And there's going to be people coming in another 12 months who are going to follow you, and you're going to be the 10K case studies if you take action and execute properly. And of course, we've got the A9 keyword stacking crash course. This is how to rank on Amazon, how to rank on the search engine that makes money. You can rank on Google, but all most people are looking for on Google is information. If someone's typing in a drink bottle into Amazon, they're going to want to push that buy button, and you're going to want to put your drink bottle in front of them and get that money. So the total value here already, and we're not even done, is over $2,000. Now, this is actually the biggest online paid Instagram course. I actually started in digital marketing, and I teach Instagram growth. And we have over 100,000 people inside this course, paying students inside this course on how to grow your Instagram. And why this is important, and why that I couple this with Amazon, is because you can grow an Instagram account and a brand for your a brand account for your brand and for your products, and you can start funneling these people back to your Amazon account, back to your Amazon listing, and start making more sales than your competitor. The more external traffic you drive into your Amazon listing, the more external sales you drive to your product, the more Amazon are going to move you up those rankings, the more Amazon's going to favor your products because you're bringing them money, and the more money that you are going to make. So I'm going to teach you, and this is a 6.5-hour course here on how to grow your Instagram. This is focused entirely on Instagram growth. It's very highly rated. And like I said, we have over 100,000 students in it, and that's valued at $197. And that's going to really help bring out the roundness of your brand and really make it a valuable brand that you could potentially sell in the future. That's the focus of the brand I'm growing right now. I'm going to be selling it in less than 12, in a little bit over 12 months. Now, to sum it all up, we've got the Amzscout software suite. So this is how you can find your profitable brand that you're going to launch. This is how you're going to find the profitable products. You can go out there without this. It's possible to go out there without this. And you can use your fishing rod. However, this is the fishing net that'll pull you back hundreds of profitable products, hundreds of products that are really, really opportunistic at the moment and just waiting for people to jump in and take advantage of the opportunities in that niche. That's going to show you the niches, the products, and it's going to compare them against each other, where you can find a profitable niche and a profitable product, but there may be one that's 5 times easier than that. And this is where that's a complete software suite that's valued over $1,000 comes in handy, because you're going to find the perfect one for you. The micro budget launch system means you don't have to have $20,000 to launch. How can you get profitable with 500 bucks? How can you get profitable with $2,000? That is what the micro budget launch system is, and it's not made up. It's the stuff that I started with. Remember, I started with 500 bucks, and within the first month, I reinvested another $1,000 because it was taking off. And I need to get you to that point where your product's taking off, so you can be like, okay, I understand this incredible opportunity, and I'm going to invest more into it in order to get more out, or maybe not. And maybe you just want to flip 500 bucks into $2,000 or $3,000 and then get out. Either way, you're not going to get that return on your investment in very many places. I'm going to give you the 10K case studies. So this is very undervalued actually. When you can understand how people 12 months ago went from where you are now to where you want to be, and they're going to tell you exactly how they did it. So it's not me telling you, it's not anyone else telling you, it's the people who have the results very recently and have gone from absolutely no experience telling you how they got there. This interview series is absolutely incredible value for you, because it's going to be the step-by-step guide that you need. Not only that, you need the tools. You need to know how to actually align your incentives with Amazon. You need to know how to rank highly for these really profitable keywords, and therefore get a ton of traffic with their credit cards ready to buy your product. And of course, I want to show you how to round out your brand. I'm going to show you how to actually go and make an actual Instagram account and leverage social media to get your sales momentum up, and therefore get Amazon to promote your product more internally and make more and more and more money. So you can see the total value is over $2,300. But this is the last bonus that I've actually thrown in, and this is one of the best that I can actually offer. And I know if you're looking at this, it may not actually be exciting, but once you consume this content, beyond, there's 5 videos here. It's a 5-video series, and I made this for people like you. I made it having 14 years experience in the e-commerce world. I've got about 10 years experience in the digital marketing world. I've sold 7 figures of products and services in both those worlds, and I see a lot of people come and I see a lot of people fail. I feel that there are very obvious patterns to me that people actually fail at, and this is there's 5 videos. I couldn't fit them all in neatly, so I just put 4 in. This is the 5-video series that are going to be the foundation of your Amazon brand. They're not for sale anywhere. You can't buy these. You can't get access to these. This is the only time that I've been offering them in a package. These are normally for a very small amount of people. Only about 50 people have actually got access to these at the moment. I'm giving you access to these, and these don't have a value because I've never sold them before. But I'm telling you, if the only thing you take from this call, if the only thing you take from this presentation is going and watching these 5 videos, your life and your mindset and your understanding of e-commerce, your understanding of your Amazon brand will be absolutely revolutionized. Now, for attending this, you're going to get $1 Million Math. So the bottom left video down here, just for attending, you're going to get access to $1 Million Math. So we're going to make sure that you get linked up and full access to $1 Million Math. And for everyone who actually takes us up on this full offer, you're going to get the full 5-video suite, which is absolutely life-changing. So you can see that all of this, I'm going to round it up one more time. So you've got the Amazon Scout Net, the absolute most valuable thing that you can go and put out there in order to find profitable products and bring them back. And not just profitable products, but the most profitable. Why launch something that's going to make you $3,000 a month if the product right next to it, which the software is going to be able to let you see, is going to make you $12,000 a month. This is the X-ray vision, the net, how to get over that first hurdle where 99% of people get stuck. And when 99% of people get stuck, this is where your focus needs to be. You want to overcome that, because once you get over the 99% of people where they get stuck, you start earning what the 1% of people earn. You get over those hurdles, and then you deserve that money that the 1% of people earn. This is what the software suite is going to do for you. You get the micro budget launch system. How do you go from zero, from no experience, to launching your first product for $500? That's what I walk you through in this, a complete walkthrough. The 10K case studies to go through people who are where you are 24 months ago, 12 months ago, 6 months ago, and actually understand how they got to where they are now, exactly the mistakes they made. Everyone makes a mistake. You can't do this without making a mistake. It's just you want your mistake to be as small as possible. So you're going to literally be able to write down the biggest mistakes people make and exactly how to avoid it, and then avoid all those mistakes so it's not costing you hundreds, thousands, tens of thousands of dollars and months or years of your time. The A9 keyword stacking crash course. How do you get your product? How do you get your cup in front of everybody else's cup in order to get that big stream of water, that big stream of customers that are shopping on Amazon? How do you get them to your cup? How do you get them to your product? And of course, how to grow that brand, how to grow on social media and funnel them back to Amazon and get rewarded very handsomely for that. Now, the total value, once again, is over $2,382 before these not for sale video series, which once again is incredibly powerful and life-changing for you if you get access to these. But they don't have a value because I've never sold them before, so I'm not going to make up some random value for them. So you can see this entire offer is normally over $2,300, but for today, and then you can get access to this case studies, the micro budget launch system, the A9 algorithm hacker, and the Instagram course within the next 24 to 48 hours. As soon as we get your email sent through from Amzscout, we'll send these over to you. So once you go and you confirm your purchase, pop in the chat box, I'm in. I am in. Pop that in once you can confirm your purchase, and we'll be here to celebrate for you. So to go through what we have together, I'm going to grab a quick sip of water. I'm going to go through those bonuses one more time, and then we can jump into a question and answer session. Well done, Aaron, who is in already. Incredible there. Chol is also in. Congratulations to Aaron and Chol for the first two. They've already gone and made it back and purchased for the first two. If you're getting in like all these people who are getting in on this chat, please, 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 if you can do one favor to yourself, it is to watch this 5-video series here that's not for sale anywhere else. It's about an hour and a half to 2.5 hours. And it really will change your perspective on everything. And if it doesn't, you email me and I'll send you money back. But this will absolutely revolutionize the way that you see things. This is the 3 years of Amazon and the 14 years of e-commerce that I've been doing. These are the things that you need to know in order to be successful. You get the Amzscout net. You get to go out there and see the most profitable products and apply the profitable matrix to them. And then you get the micro budget launch system. So this is how I personally got started for $500. And as soon as I saw that demand, that's when I doubled down and put another $1,000 in and got started basically with $1,500. You get the case studies, the people who have been where you are now and have gotten to where you want to be. I don't know why this one's such a stumble, but these are the people who have the results that you want and have been where you are right now. This is the roadmap for you, and these are the interviews you'll get access to. The A9 algorithm. How do you rank on the most profitable search engine in the world? That in itself is valued so high. And then of course you have the $197 Instagram course, the largest paid Instagram course online, which I also run, which shows you I do know my marketing. I know how to put my products and services out there and make a lot of money doing it. And that's what I'm here to teach you as well. So as you go through all of these. I want you to make sure that you are learning and you're leveling up, because the more educated and smarter you get at this stuff, the more valuable you are, the better results your products are going to get. So if you've already got the other softwares, you can actually use other softwares. Most of them are more expensive, but there are some other softwares out there that work, so no stress there at all. Yes, once again, the link is in the chat. I'm just gonna click on this so I don't keep losing my place. How do you load the extension? Very good question, Len. Once you go and you install that extension on your Chrome browser, you want to go to Amazon and search a keyword, and then at the top right, you can click on that extension and that'll pull up, that'll X-ray vision everything that's in it. So this is the extension. Once you click on it, you can load it up from this view here. So we've actually cut off our browser, which is not a problem. At the top right, there'll be a little icon, or you can hit that big score down that bottom left, which will give you that niche score, and that'll pull up all that information for you. Yes, Donna, the extensions will work with your MacBook. I personally use a MacBook, and they'll work properly on that. Brock, congratulations for being in. Veronica just says the word software, so I'm not sure what you're asking, Veronica, but pop that question in. I'd be happy to help you out. How do you know all this is legit, Floor? There is a money back guarantee if for some reason you don't feel like it's legit on the other side, but it's just a leap of faith that you have to make. We do this presentation, we help thousands of people, and you know, this is a sustainable thing. This is a sustainable business for me and a sustainable business for other people. If you have too many worries and fears, don't jump in. You do have to be the type of person to take action and really, you know, run towards the finish line to do as well as possible in this world. Congratulations, Nasli, who has purchased. So what would you use to find the products like you did? Yes, so to find those products, I would put that profitable product matrix, and we can get that up on the screen for you to make sure everybody who's stayed with us gets that profitable product matrix. I would pop that, let's go, into the actual Amzscout web app. So you can see that's popped in there, but the profitable matrix here is this, and you can start finding these profitable products that fit this right now. Jaylana said you got a receipt, but waiting for the page to upload. That's no problem. Let Amzscout know if you're having any technical difficulties, but very big congratulations for jumping in. And it shows that you're an action taker and shows that you are the type of person who can succeed in this world. And that, yes, for the software, you'll pay it annually. But if you can get everything done within the first 12 months, just go and no need to get it going for the second 12 months. There's no obligation to renew after 12 months. Cecily, if you're interested in the bonuses but already have Amzscout, definitely hit up Amzscout's email. There is a help email. Actually, we should put that in the chat box as well. If we can get Amzscout's help email, I think it's on the cart page. And I'll go to that if we can't get that in the chat box. But if there's a technical questions, or if you already have it, we will so support at amzscout.net. So I should be able to support at AMZ or AMZscout, depends where you're from, .net. Just going to send that out, and hopefully that hits everybody here. This is where you can get any technical support if you've already got in or things aren't working for you. They'll be happy to help you out. Donna, you don't have to buy from China. Nazli, congratulations on going in. Donna, you can source your product from anywhere. Len is in. Congratulations, Len. Pauline says thanks. Thank you to Pauline. Can the link be to email? So Fabian, you've linked up with your email. We'll send you those bonuses. If you can't get access to the actual page, I'm going to send you a comment right here, www.becomedecoder. So you can just click this .com/Amzscout. There's no need to go anywhere. I'm just going to send that to you privately, so you can just click on that link and get access to this sales page. Oh, congratulations, Fabian, for being back in another presentation. I hear that you were in the last one, which is very, very nice to have you back. And I'm excited to see you take action and go through that 5-video series. Is one of the biggest things I'm excited for everyone who's signing up for, to go through that 5-video series and really get an incredible understanding experience of this. So Charlotte, you can ask a question about the process of manufacturers and suppliers like Alibaba. If you're looking at a product, at what point is there an easy method to navigate any issues over patents, IP, or copyright, particularly when you're working with white label similar products? So many products seem identical between Alibaba and Amazon. Yeah, so it's very easy to do a trademark or a patent search on a surface level. One of the big giveaways are that there are competing products in that niche on Amazon. If there's competing legitimate brands in that product, it's very unlikely to have a patent or a trademark over some form of intellectual property. However, I do recommend that you go to a Google IP search and you can search the patents there, double check. And if you really want to triple check, you can hire an IP lawyer to make sure that you are in the clear for a couple $100. But again, not necessary if the first two really check out. Jeffrey says you appreciate the offer and doing Amazon. You will do this a little bit later. Okay, no problem. If you go to the sales page, you'll see how many hours you have left to take advantage of this offer, because this is something we want to reward action takers, make sure people get in here and get access to this stuff and start moving as quickly as possible. So we don't want to keep this open forever. This is exclusive to this training, and if you've made it through this training, don't be on the fence. There's nothing to lose by jumping in to this offer. The only way to lose on this is to miss out. So 1028. Okay, cool. So it did, Veronica said it still showed 299, but it should show 279 here. We had confirmation. And once again, there's another link going up in the chat to make sure that everyone's got that link for people who are the late people. There's always a couple of people who wait about 10 to 15 minutes before jumping in. And if that's you, now is the time to jump in. Now's the time to go over to becomedecoded.com/AMZscout. We'll pop that up here. Get access to all these bonuses, get access to that software, get access to everything you need in order to take your first steps on Amazon FBA and be guided in your actual first steps. It's a 3-day special. That's right. Carolina or Carolina, I'm not sure which way you go, but either way, you do have 3 days to get into this offer, but don't go to sleep and wake up and forget about it. Make sure you've set an alarm, make sure you've written something down. This is a very special offer, and once again, the biggest bonus that's not here, on top of the software, on top of the micro budget launch system, on top of the case studies, the A9 algorithm hacker, the keyword stacker that is, and the Instagram course. Make sure you watch the 5-part video series. This is the one that is going to be life-changing for you, Carolina, when you do get in. FBM is very profitable if you do it properly, Dwayne. The problem is it's harder to rank on Amazon compared to the FBA. Congratulations, Savoy, you're in. Carolina, thank you for the thumbs up. David's trying to pay now, which is awesome. I don't know if it ends Sunday or Monday. It depends where in the world you are, but there is a countdown timer, Carolina, on that sales page. So if you go to that sales page, just keep that open in a tab, and you can just see how long is left in that. But don't leave it till last minute. Let's get access. How do you get access to 5-part series? Thank you for asking that, because it shows your interest and it shows you've been listening, Pecan. This will be emailed to you. So I'll get your emails off Amzscout as soon as they send them through to me, which should be 24 hours. I will get you access to the 5-part series and all the other bonuses in there. Thank you for telling me it was worth staying up to 2 a.m., Gil. I respect you for that. Pauline is in. Congratulations, Pauline. Carolina says California again. I'm not sure. Oh, you're. I understand what you're doing. I said I'm not sure where you are. You're in California. But yeah, just keep that tab open and it'll show you how long is left. 5-part video series, you will get emailed as soon as you're in, but you need to get in now, and you need to get in throughout the duration of this sale in order to get that 5-part series. Once again, guys, that 5-part series is going to be the best bonus you've got. It doesn't have a price attached to it because it's priceless. You can put your own price to it. You can email me back and tell me how valuable it was to you, because I think it's going to change a lot of people's lives. So it is $279 US, Susan. You're in Australia and so am I, and luckily the US dollar is coming closer towards the Australian dollar at the moment. Not too close, but yes, this is all in US dollars. And the lucky thing, when you sell in the US like I do, we will get paid in US dollars. So one last interesting question. Francisco wants to import swimming pool floating trays to Mexico. The Alibaba asked for minimum quantity of 10 pieces. So you can't sell through Amazon and ship the product from China to the consumer's house in Mexico once he purchases it through the e-commerce platform. I cannot sell the Amazon through Amazon. I'm a little bit confused on that question. It does sound exciting, but you are struggling to ship it from Amazon to Mexico. Oh, you're trying to drop ship it maybe, Francisco. So you have to get it into the Amazon warehouse in order to have Amazon ship that for you. Yes, you can use the Amzscout web app on multiple computers, Song. It will go across your computers as long as you sign in with your email that you sign up with for. How do you sell in Amazon US or Amazon Australia, says Lex. It's very simple. You just need to go and you need to register your Amazon account inside that country. Amazon Australia has less demand. Yes, for FBA to make sure you're in Amazon's warehouse. Amazon Australia has less demand but less competition. Amazon US has higher demand, higher competition. So they basically balance themselves out, but you can sell on both platforms like we do as well and make sure you get the best of both worlds. But you can just ship, all it will be is just shipping that product into the warehouses in Australia and to the warehouses in the US. And then obviously you'll be able to work on your listing and get in front of all the people who are shopping on those individual platforms. So last chance, guys. If you want these foundations, this most valuable bonus, plus the software suite, plus the micro budget system, plus the 10K case studies, plus the A9 keyword stacking crash course, plus the Instagram marketing, now is the time. Sign up now. Get access to the software, start looking for your profitable products, apply that profitable product matrix, and get your net out there in order to compare which ones are going to be best for you to sell and build into a brand. Once again, that's key, as you'll find out in your foundations. Watch the foundations first and then go through the rest of your bonuses, and you will be so well educated and confident in your journey. Have a good night, morning, day, or wherever you are.